Right, what I've started to do now, I've started to make the waterfall, and what we do, we cut away this with a knife, just cut away and chip it off, and then we put some PVA glue in here and then sprinkle some gravel on it, some stones, and let it go off. Yeah. Now I'll see if I've got my train running now. I've got two of the trains running, let's see what they're like. Right, I've actually marked it where to cut out for the waterfall. I just have to cut that out now. Then I'll start making the waterfall. I've got the bridge in there. That's on the road. There you go, I've cut it out. Yeah, it's a bit rough, but that's how you want it. You don't want it too perfect, because if it's too perfect you've got to rough it up to make it look proper. Yep. Right, I've filled in both of them now, and I've got quite a bit of depth there. It's nearly an inch in depth, almost an inch. If I go like that, you see. Yeah, it's almost an inch in depth. That's what you want. That's nice. I got that piece broken off there, which will come in very handy. See it? Like I say, make it as rough as you can. Right, that's my pond made for my waterfall. And what I do now, I cut out a piece of plastic, that shape there, and it goes in after I painted and all that. And the plastic will give you depth in your pond. See, it's getting there. Right, I've painted it now, you see, and you can see the colour, but I'll be sorting it out after. Then what you need to do, you need to get yourself, no way you can see that, a piece of plastic. Get as thick as you can plastic, and then what you do is you put it over where your pond is going to be. Put it over it. Then you get yourself a marker. And you mark roughly okay. Now you see I've marked that. I marked the plastic, and then I take that out. You see, there you go. The plastic is marked. Yeah. So when I put it back into the pond, it'll look as though it's got a depth of water in it, right? But I've got quite a lot to do with it. Yeah, I've got to put the stones in around here. I've got to paint this, paint it a different colour, and you know. Okay. Right, now you see what I've done. I've cut this out. There you go. I've cut it out. And the idea of it is, you see, there it is to put it in there, like that. Actually, this is a little bit too thin, but if you look at it, it gives you depth. See it? It gives you depth. Now you don't put the glass in till you put all your stones and everything in and all your greenery and what have you, and I'll show you as we go along how to get that prepared. Okay, what you do now is you get your pebbles and put them around the side. You don't glue them yet, just put them around the side of the pond like this. Yeah. Don't matter, just put them in rough. It don't have to be You don't have to use a measuring tape to put them in, just put them in rough. What I've done, I've actually got some over here, if you can see. And what you do is you pick out the biggest ones, yeah. Pick out your biggest pebbles. Out of this. Always come in handy if you don't use it. You can use it for doing a bit of concreting. So you just use the biggest pebbles that's in there. Put them all around. Well, the idea of the pebbles is, when you put your plastic over them afterwards, it will sit on top of them, you see. It will sit on top of them like that. Now it doesn't look so nice at the moment, but when it's all in and done, and you've got your scenic along here with more stones along here, and you've got the colours in here that's going to be right for the pond, then you'll see what it comes out like. Right, this is where you become Van Gogh, or the other fella, Liberace. Now, see, this is just water-based paint. Yeah. I haven't glued the stones in yet. Don't glue them in just yet. See that? If you're not making a mess, you're not doing it right. Whoa, that's beautiful. Look at that. Whoa. I think I'll send this off to the art gallery. That's all you need to do. A bit of darkness in the centre. Now, don't worry about anything else. Then what you do, what I've actually done is I've leave that there for a sec. I've actually got the stones and sieved them into small stones here. Right. Now this goes directly down on top of the paint. There you go. Yeah. Spread it out well. Now these stones, these small pebbles, they don't have to get glued in place, because don't forget you've got the plastic sitting over them, so they look as though they're in the bottom of the pond. And you colour all them in later on, you know, these bits here. Colour these in, colour the stone or whatever you want to do. Now if I get my piece of plastic, put it down over that, you see it's got depth. Now if the plastic was much thicker, it would bring it up like a magnifying glass. I'll just show you what I mean by that now. If I get a platform person and put him on top of it. Oh look, he's walking on water. Yeah. Go down closer so you can see him. Can you see any depth in that? Yeah, drop him. Drop him in it. Yep. And all that is the plastic is sitting on top of the stones. Yeah. Now don't worry about it not looking right. It looks an eyesore at the moment, but that's what you want. The bigger the eyesore, the better the product is when you finish it. Get a bit more of that dark blue showing. A bit of that more dark blue, yeah. A bit of that bright blue showing. There you go. Right, now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to make water for the waterfall. Now you can go out and you can buy the proper gear, you know, which is, I don't know how much it is, but this tube of silicone clear is only £1.50 and it'll do enough to do the whole of your layout. And all you have to do is just get the silicone, run it down, make sure that you make it bigger than you want it. You can always cut it afterwards with the scissors, yeah? Okay, that's pretty long, that. Make it wide. Right. Okay. Just leave that on there for now. Then what you need a piece of cardboard, and you need to, if you can see that, you need to cut it like that. You see teeth in it, put teeth in it, yeah. And then what you do is you just pull it down. See how it's coming now? Pull it down. There we go, pull it all down like that. And you leave that dry, leave it dry. And that's plenty. Make sure you make it longer than you need. But you need, this is ideal, this old carrier bag stuff, which, you know. What I've done now, I've put the part of the plastic off the bottle in place, you see, as a background for the silicone rubber. See, I put some greenery around here. Yeah, greenery on there. I've used a different colour. This is just normal grey silk with a touch of white in a dry white brush, and this is the effect you get. You see, quite different to the black and grey. But you want a good mixture on your layout so that it looks totally different. Put some greenery at the back there. Okay, let's see what this has come out like. You just pull off of that. There you go. And what we do, we take it over here and we hold up to that. See, like that. Now it's not stuck on yet, but as you can see, yeah, it's pretty effective. Well, you put the bottle behind it, you cut slices out of the pop bottle, and it stops that from bending, you know. Go down like that, go down. Just hold it on for now, you know, it's not going on just yet. But there you go, see? Yeah. Got the bases on for the waterfall. What it is, it's a pop bottle. You just cut a scissor off a pop bottle and you can see. Right, and then you just get a bit of water-based blue paint. You don't have to go over the top, you don't have to go mad with it. Just paint a little bit here and there. Okay, see? That's all you do. Then you get your silicone. This is a cheap 150 a tub silicone. Just stick a bit here and there. Don't worry about the paint you put on, that'll sort itself out. This is the silicone that we done earlier. See, it just rolls up. Shake it out. You see, it's getting to look like one now. Now on the bottom you just dab it. Dibby dabba doo, dabba dabba dabba. See? Put a bit of dabber on it. I'll show you what will happen to that in a later date. Okay, now if you look at it, you can see how the blue is working out. Now bear in mind the blue is on the plastic underneath the silicone. You see? It's not affected in any way, but it does look reflective. And when you put a little bit of white here and there, like they do up in a waterfall, and what you do then is you get a little piece of card, like that, you see, and you make the edges jagged, you see, and you just dab it. See that? Okay. There you go. Now when that's got white on it, you'll see the difference again. You can see how it's coming out. Now they come back. You see? Don't worry about these bits here. These will stick in, you see. They'll stick in there. Yep. You don't have to go to a great expense to make a separate waterfall. Most of your waterfall come from an ironmonger's. I managed to find a half tin of white paint, which is good in the skip. What you see, I've got a little bit of white paint now, and you just blah 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 blah, dab it on here and there. You don't go mad. Yeah. Like I say, you don't have to go out to the model shop and spend loads of money. All you got to do is go to a DIY shop or an ironmonger's to get most of your materials, what you need. See how it's coming together now. Bit more paint. Oh, I feel like Van Gogh. There we go. Getting there. Right, now what we're going to do now, we're going to show you how to do this paint on here. Again, we're going to use the white paint, and let's see what we can do. You don't have to have a precision tool to do it. You don't want to white clips it over on there, do you? Make a mess, and that's how it turns out right, by making a mess. That looks good. Right. Right, now we're going to start painting that. Now, this is a test pot. You buy these in a good paint shop. You can get any colour you want. They're about £3 or £2.50, and it'll do anything you want to do. They're called test pots for when you're going to paint your house or your room or whatever. You just go in a good paint shop and you pick them up, rather than go to the model shop and pay £1.20 for a tin that you can't get the brush in and it doesn't go anywhere. But if you want to keep up with the Joneses, you do that. You know, like me, I just go, if I can't find it in the skip, I think the best place is get a test pot in the paint shop. Just paint it up. Make sure you cover all of them up. It's a lot easier with spray. I find it's a lot easier with spray. I've made some trees for here, so I'll just blob that in there. Yeah. Don't worry about the mess, it looks good when it's a mess. Okie doke. Well, it's coming down, let's get there. Right, now we're going to put the white paint on, dry the brush off. This is that paint I found in the skip. Excellent. Let's give it a rub. Nice rub. Do that. Not too much. And the same on there. See? Look how it changes it. Okay. Might be quite dry enough yet. You're getting the idea. There you go. That's near enough. Right. Then we get our scenics. Get a piece of that. Stick it wherever. You can put it in there. That looks about well. There you go. Just gives me an idea where I want to put it. I can put that in position. It won't be long now and I'll be showing you how to make these trees and stuff like that. There you go. I see. I've been showing you how to make all these trees. These are all handmade. Right. Now if you wanted to, you could go to the model shop, which a lot of people do, and they can buy a ready-made pond, which is there. A ready-made pond with a chiting is okay if it's raining in the dark and you can't see it, but it's still good. Or you can go and pay roughly about £2 and make that. There you go. I'm going to show you how to do all this here out of scrap. I've changed the colour from this darker grey to a brighter grey, just to break it up. I've still got to make a snow scene yet.
One of those pointed boilers. Yeah. Is it brand new? No, it's not brand new. I bought it off a guy at swap meet, but he was there one week when I went. And he was selling loads of stuff off which he had. He had all sorts of diesel